second.
Nice web, Mr. Crack Spider.
C, the active ingredient in marijuana.
Nice web,
THC,
Mr. Crack Spider.
the active ingredient
Nice
in
web,
marijuana.
Mr. Crack Spider. Nice spider's behavior was. The web structure was not affected, but the spider's behavior was. The spider's behavior was. The web structure was not affected.
It built a hammock. The spider didn't build a web. It built a hammock. The spider didn't build a web. It built a hammock. The spider didn't build a web. It built a hammock.
What it do? We're live. Finally, right? I mean, we're a little bit late, everybody. So, but you know how it goes, right? It's all good.
I had to bribe Zoom to get him to let me to come on.
It's true.
And it's not even, I didn't pay enough because I look like a digital William Wallace.
Oh man, Jim and I we covered them, so it's cool. They said they'd let it slide for 48. Was it 36 or 48 hours? I can't remember. But either way, we're good. We, who knows? We tend to go long sometimes, but I don't know. Jim, what the hell are you doing? You know what? No, I'm just kidding.
Brewing up, getting this replacement arm for a bronze sculpture.
That's right.
It's a forearm.
Yeah, I see it now.
At first I didn't see it, but I do see that. You're sculpting that?
I didn't sculpt it. I poured a wax pattern from a mold, and then it's going to be cast.
That's sweet.
Using a lost wax method. So I've got to put it onto this cup, which eventually it'll be like this. And then this whole cup will be dipped into like a ceramic slurry, and it makes a coating on the outside of it. And then after it gets thick enough, they fire it in a big furnace, and it melts all the wax out. And then you have a hollow shell, and then you pour the bronze into here, and this becomes bronze. And then they chip the shell off, and you've got patterns. I'll show you.
That's sweet.
But dude, his stuff is really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna tweet out. And by the way,
no.
I don't want to cut anybody up. Go ahead, Jim. Show him. I'm tweeting out link.
This is still has the wax inside of it, and it's got the ceramic slurry on it. And then after it's been melted out, you see it's hollow. And then put it like this, and you pour bronze into this.
Right.
Fills it up, and you end up with the bronze one. Here's a bronze.
That's sweet.
Pattern. After they hammer off all the all the ceramic shell, and then it has to be, metal work. It has to be done. You have to cut these gates off and then weld together all the stuff.
That's cool.
But it's called Siri Purdue.
Okay.
Which is Latin for lost wax.
That's cool.
Or wax lost, I think. Either way, Siri Purdue is the word.
That's rad. I like it. Cool. That's cool. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm not sculpting shit.
Dude, you're doing plenty of great stuff. Come on.
Right.
And your art every single day. That stuff is rad. If anybody doesn't know Johnny Larson, follow him on
Gordon, will you do the introduction then? Do the introduction for the show, please.
Okay.
Please. Thank you. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I don't have to.
I would this is no, he's like one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he's awesome. Like, I know. Go. I'll shut up. Go.
I'm really loud.
No, you're great. You're perfect.
I'm yelling in here.
I'm
really loud.
Calm down, but you sound good.
I'm so excited.
I am too. I'm
Johnny Larson.
I know.
No. So Johnny and I went to we met Lindsay and Johnny in Phoenix a couple months ago. When was that?
Last month ago, yeah.
Yeah, Chrissy said last month. So we went to the weirdo place in Phoenix where they've got the governor, the first governor of Arizona, entombed in a pyramid on the top of, I can't remember the park. Do you remember the park, John?
I don't.
Fife Symington Park? Sorry.
Oh, no.
Really? No last
Wife doesn't remember either. But
Fife Symington Park?
it would have a tag on his toupee. I know. Dude. Okay. We're gonna make shame Barski for bad jokes. And then we're gonna acknowledge that.
It was a UFO joke though, at least. Come on, guys.
Bad jokes are amazing.
They're funny as hell.
Anyway, so check it. Johnny is a rapper, a fantastic artist. He's just like a really rad dude. And he wrote this song I hear all the time. And it sounds like
that y'all hear all the time, probably.
Yeah. Through to the screens, it's the plot to drop the IQ. Sounds just like that.
That was my song. Yes.
That's Johnny Larson. Go
I
check
do
him
Italian
out.
opera.
That's hot vibrato right there, baby. that is, man, that's fire. I think
it comes
it's
from the balls.
That's right. It's your bunghole. You got to get with your
here.
bunghole, the butt breaths.
Yes, exactly. Your anal diaphragm.
That's right.
Is what they taught me. It may have been a priest, and it might not have had anything to do with music. Now that I think about it, but
Were they wearing hoods?
They were actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
interesting. Okay.
and deer masks. It was.
Oh, it turned
Lots
into
of candles.
Turned into a Queens of the Stone Age video.
Candles.
So many candles. Oh my God, it was a fire.
The light was blinding.
Black candles too.
Hey guys, were we ordering Amish candles from Etsy? Are they officially Amish candles from Etsy?
Weren't we gonna feature them?
Guy.
Weren't we talking about that? Who was we talking about? Yeah, that's right.
We were.
Is that
we
an
wanted
old
to
Apple?
order Amish.
You're
Is that an
super
old
loud. Turn your
Apple
gain down,
computer?
Alan.
Yeah,
Little
it's an
bit.
Apple IIe.
Dude, I think that's like the first thing I did
Thought it was a
Photoshop
GS.
on. When I was like, it's probably a little bit
Macintosh
further
Classic
than
2.
I
Very
just sold.
classy.
I sold one of those for $750. I was going to ask you if
You did
that
ask me.
Is it working? Is it working condition?
Yeah.
You can ask more.
I'm not going to
Wow.
turn it into a fish tank.
It'd be really cool.
It could
Lots
be.
of Pinterest points.
I mean, but you can get a good amount of if you needed to, but you know, you're good. We won't.
I just want to play. I just want to play SimCity. That's all.
I just want to play Oregon Trail again, like you know.
Dude, absolutely.
Cock them wagons and name them all after Saved by the Bell character. You know, the Saved by the Bell cast. Guilty.
I haven't died of dysentery in a long time.
For real, dude.
We're staying hydrated.
Staying alive too. Shit. But you know, cocking them wagons, it's a big deal.
Did they have them actually like eating each other, like the Donner Party in Oregon Trail?
No.
They should have.
That would have been amazing.
That's a missed opportunity, man.
I feel like that's the 20. That's the two. At least what the 2020s version of Oregon Trail, at least.
Right.
And then it turns into a zombie outbreak because they had to eat each other.
Precisely. That is. I guarantee you, that's probably like or some dumb.
It's got to exist, right?
Yeah, an add-on to
There
like
is a
Oregon
zombie
Trail.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a zombie Oregon Trail.
That's amazing.
Oh, okay.
Have you played it, Jim?
It's a zombie themed Oregon Trail style game. I don't think I played it. Maybe I did. I think
so
I
it's not
downloaded
official.
the app or something. It's just sort of a retro-y, one of those things. Sounded really cool, and then I never played it.
Third person, top down.
Downloaded it.
Yeah. Man, it was good. It does bring back good memories. What up, Ben?
You're talking about the Oregon Trail, like Oregon
Trail.
Trail.
You know it.
Oh,
Getting all kinds of Oh man, I just lost it. What's the name?
Free
Those
association.
poor Falun Gong. Man, that's awful. We're not getting dark tonight. This isn't not a darkness show. Until we get to one thing that
Once
that
it gets dark, we'll get dark.
When it gets dark, it's
We'll get
gonna
dark.
get fucked up.
we'll get black. That's what's we'll get black. We'll get black. And yeah, and I don't know if Prometheus's light shines on this, this darkness, but we're not sure where it's placed exactly. But anyway, look at you. That's LED. That's
guy.
2 LED, man.
Is that a lightsaber?
Yeah, so we're having like our slumber party, I guess I realize, because we do this every Saturday night after the sunset. We put on our pajamas, the guys hang together, we start a little campfire, and we tell stories to each other.
I'm into it. Whoever. Oh, we're good.
That boy was never seen again. Is that how they all?
Okay, so let's.
That man was Johnny Bravado.
Things got crazy.
So Johnny,
Yo.
let's bring it around for people that don't know you for real. Okay, so you're an MC.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know anything, because I don't know a ton. I caught whatever caught you on Rogueways.
Right.
And that was the first time I was like, oh shit, who is this dude? Because we have a lot in common with overcoming a lot of things, battling demons, and at least letting them take we could either look at it as like battling them or them, ripping our issues away, however you want to look at it,
Right.
or whatever. So then I was like, oh, this dude's rad. And then I realized you knew a bunch of like the same crews, kind of like, and at least because the hardcore scene, you know what I'm saying? Like the kids, all ages stuff. We all, for example, the Rhymesayers Cats, and I know you're new, Alan, in Minneapolis area. The Rhymesayers, like Atmosphere, Slug, Sean,
Right,
and Mr. Dibbs and Idea Abilities.
Right.
They moved to Milwaukee. We got what. Kali Tribe, that was my roommate. Twan Mac. What? There's a ton of hip hop connections.
Husker-Du.
Well,
Husker-Du or Husker Don't is the question.
Yes, this is true. There's a really great song by the Dirty Nil called "Wrestle You to Husker-Du" off their first record. That band is fantastic for all that don't know, but if you're in Canada, you know. So Jen, I know you know. Shout out to Letterkenny because that show's amazing for those.
I've always heard this.
Better,
I've
let's
never
get at
seen
her.
it.
Yeah, pitter patter, let's get at her, dude. I'm saying that's. I said that yesterday, and I was like, man. Pitter patter, dude. Get it together. Come on.
There was a comment about
Johnny,
hockey hair, like who's got the long hair, who's got the beard. Is this hockey hair?
It's so great.
Yeah,
Hockey
pretty much.
hair. I like
You
that.
have to, dude. Okay,
Flow. It's called flow.
We get
Hockey
March
hair,
Madness, right?
That's come out of your helmet. It's
Yeah,
a
we're
flow.
hockey players here, and we don't cut our hair because we don't want to jinx
That's right.
our opportunity to go to state finals.
Yep. It's a big deal, man.
Got a playoff beard.
It's always one.
Jim's got
Pitter
the
patter, get at her,
playoff
Johnny
beard.
Bravado. Come on.
I need to learn
Give
how
her a
to
little tug.
play hockey. I don't have shit.
I know it's a
I should
good.
have shaved, but I was like, Zoom's gonna fuck up my face no matter what anyway. So I'll just roll with the William Wallace digital. I like it. Looks like I'm about to
Console
see
hockey.
fucking freedom.
Console hockey, guys. Gordon. Console hockey. Local exercises
man.
to warm
Oh,
up.
dude.
We're just warming up.
Oh man. All right. So, and I always thought though, Johnny, that post age 35 is always the best time to pick up hockey.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like
Yeah.
start playing.
Dude,
Yeah.
I would love to play hockey again, but man, my body can't do that.
No, it's like
I could take one hit. That's
I don't.
it.
And I mean, we don't all have to give our ages because we're all well, we're all human and we don't like to give up our ages. So, but yeah, I'm not gonna bust people out. But yeah, like, dude, but like taking two punches or whatever, two 2 hard checks. That doesn't feel good because I know that if I'll drink 2 White Claws, I'm such a cheap date that I'll wake up. One hard
Wake up sore.
sore.
not-
Yeah, it's
that
awful.
is-
It's like, and I'm not even hungover. I'm like, what, dude? Like 4 hours later, I'm like, I'm sore from. Like what? Like this isn't right. Like I used to be able Jameson. Yeah, I used to drink like what 750 powers every night. You know, and not even nothing. I think about like nothing. But Jameson, a half of that, I would be like death, never again. I don't know. I can't. I
Dude,
don't drink anymore. But
since I stopped drinking, like we had like just a glass of wine or something. Like 1 glass of wine knocked me on my ass, man.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
what isn't it great? I mean, no, I know you. I'm not gonna speak for everybody. Like I know, like we've all gone through certain things. Whatever. I'm not gonna speak for anybody but myself. But like I noticed that like it's pretty great going like getting to the point where becoming such a cheap date. Because I mean, alcohol was never really my drug of choice, if you will. You know, it was always kind of like.
Oh, it was mine.
Well, it kind of was like always just like us. Well, all my friends are bartenders, kind of. You know what I mean? Kind of a lot, like a lot of them. So it was like, well, that's just if, and shows. That's shows.
Right.
Just
Definitely
hand in
shows.
hand. Like I know, yeah, and
Yeah, you go to a show dead ass sober. You're like, this is, especially when you're like older. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like we went to see Cubert like 2 years ago. Me and my brother. And
Who DJ Cubert?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
because this dude out here, DJ Vajra, he goes by Chris Carnes now. He's a DMC champion, but he was opening for him. And it was kind of like in my mind, my last hurrah is like, I'll buy my brother a fucking Cubert Vajra ticket so we can go. I think it was a Christmas present or something. We were there for like 30 minutes, saw like the 520-year-olds and weren't drinking. And we were like, you want to just leave? He's like, yeah, like this is fucking lame. Let's just leave. Like it was just weird. It was just such a different vibe when you're not drunk and young. But I still was baffled that like 20-year-olds knew who Cubert was. I was like, why are you here?
It's like
it's cool.
It's like Kid Koala, DJ Spooky. You can put them. Nobody can put in with DJ Shadow because we can go, because that's one of the things I kind of wanted to do a little bit with you, was like jap out about like certain like great overall musicians, because I don't even look at it like it's not even like genre specific, like busting that out, like because Uncle falls into, you know what I'm saying, like there's so much, because it just all bleeds into, and then you can connect that to like Mark Lanigan and like the Black Angels and like Black Mountain, and
Dude, there's 6 degrees of separation between everything, man. Like
I mean,
we used to do that. We used to do that with Frank Zappa's band all the time. Like play that game, like oh, Michael Anthony from Van Halen. Like duh, that's easy. Played with so and so. Alex Van Halen played with so and so who played on
right
Steve Vai's album. Steve Vai played in Frank Zappa's band.
Yeah, right.
Zappa's
like you can do that in the punk shows too. Like all the punk scene all the time.
It's just
and these incestuous cultures that we
it's good though. No, I don't know that
I don't mean that as a bad thing.
Okay, good.
I said incestuous, but you know what I mean. It's like close.
Yeah, totally.
But like I miss those scenes, man.
Zappa has hockey hair and that handlebar mustache that he's famous for.
Absolutely has hockey hair.
Yeah, he does.
I used to have hockey hair. Oh, sweet mullet.
I used to have hockey hair, but I looked like an asshole, so I cut it.
I should do.
Well, I would like braid it and shit too, so I looked like a really big asshole.
Oh, you went there. Okay.
Cornrows.
A rat tail?
I had cornrows at one point.
I could see you with cornrows. You could pull off cornrows.
Cortezes and shit in my 6'4" Impala. It was awful.
It's beautiful.
I wish I could beat the shit out of that kid. I would slap that kid so silly. Yeah, dude, it's amazingly sad.
Oh my God.
That's why it's amazing though that the internet shit didn't exist back then. I'm like, dude, all that shit that would have been super embarrassing, like no one has pictures. No one has tails.
Right.
That is, man.
Dude, he had the raddest GTO in that picture. So cool.
No, it was
what year was that?
64 Impala, bro.
Oh, it was Impala. I mean, yeah.
It was. I had to get it from a farmer in Nebraska because getting it on the north side of town out here was too expensive. So I was like, let me look at some old hick motherfuckers that don't know what they're sitting on and try to find
Oh
them.
yeah.
And I did.
Nice, dude.
Wow. Where'd you find it?
It was in
In
Nebraska.
Nebraska?
Yep, Grand
Oh,
Island,
wow.
Nebraska.
I'm about to quote Belly. No.
There you go.
You know the line I'm about to quote, the Method Man line? Yeah, that I can't really quote because,
Right.
you know.
It
damn
doesn't work.
I would.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Guys, are cornrows on Johnny Bravado, are they a hipster thing? Are they chi oogie? Or are they mega cringe?
Mega cringe.
Meg.
I mean, I'll just answer that for you. It was mega. Like, I'm sure my folks were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, we destroyed all of your Easy E tapes for a reason, and this shit still occurred. Like, we failed and they gave up on life. And yeah, they just turned, they Obi-Wan. They're just a pile of clothes now.
Oh.
I failed them that
Step on
hard.
them.
Yeah. When I say visiting my parents, it's just like 2 outfits strewn across the fucking floor at their old house because they were so disappointed they just evaporated.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was like, I know because if I saw a kid right now rolling like a 6'0", like
For real.
braided hair, like blonde braided hair, I'd be like, huh, you look like an asshole.
Yeah.
And I should probably at least like throw peanuts at you or something.
Straight up. Like, don't make me go dad on your ass. Like, for
Right.
real. Like, don't make me go full boomer on you because, like, ugh.
You have blonde, stringy hair. You have hockey hair, kid. What are you doing trying to Snoop Dogg it?
Jerk.
You look
if
like
jerk,
a gospel gangsta, like KJ52 and a gospel gangsta collab.
I love it.
What is that?
I want to.
Is it really like a
Oh,
Christian
no.
rapper or something?
Okay, so you have this guy named
Oh
KJ52.
no! What did I
Oh, no.
do?
You write.
I warned you.
I'm sorry. I'm so
He
sorry.
writes a song in
I'm
response
so
to Eminem's "Dear Stan." So he writes a song, an open letter song to Eminem and this KJ52, and then there's this rapper named
King
Gospel
James.
Gangster guy, and he's got the cornrow, he's wearing the pimp furs, and he's what doesn't matter. But Johnny Bravado, we gotta ask you, what's your favorite Christian band?
My favorite.
This is gonna, yeah, that's
I would
awesome.
have
This is
to
now
say-
a weekly. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Johnny, but this is now a weekly. Anytime Alan is present, this is now a staple. So what's your favorite Christian? Yeah, all right, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the Ghetto Boys out of Houston, Texas.
There you go, Scarface. What up?
Yeah,
what do you
yeah.
call it? Bushwick.
No, it's funny because I remember one of the first raps I ever recorded. My buddy's parents wouldn't buy him any rap, but they bought him like at some Christian fair. He got like a cassette tape of like this Christian
Ripping
rap
on another
group.
level. Sorry.
The B-sides were all instrumentals, and we were like, we're gonna fucking tear it up and like rap over these B-side Christian instrumental made like Just Say No drug songs and shit. It was amazing. I'm glad
That's
those tapes
awesome.
are gone. I don't know where they are.
I
but-
know, right? Just settle down, Alan. Just wait a little while, all right? Just wait a little while. We know you're gonna come through in the clutch. Oh, shit.
I wish I
Okay.
had a favorite Christian band. That was a good question. It threw me through.
It was a good question,
There's
but
still
Christian
time.
rap-
You're still alive. There's a great selection
There is not of
of
Christian,
Christian
rap.
artists in
And- no, there-
2021.
Oh, I just found one yesterday.
DC.
Yeah, Carmen.
Oh, no.
Carmen.
That was amazing. That was so
Did you
funny.
see the car? Did you see?
Of course, yes. I was laughing so hard.
I want to find like the Christian rap equivalent of like fucking like Sean Price or like the hardest
miss Sean.
motherfucker you can think
R.I.P.
of, but just
Rest
like
in-
totally
Rest in
fucking
peace.
Christian
Right?
as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
just will wrap a fucking tire iron around your neck, but also like
Dude,
bless you to
I-
heaven.
The LP. I want the LP. Of,
It exists. I'll post it on my Twitter feed. I won't interrupt the conversation for further digression. But
I
check
oh, good.
check the Twitter feed. Marcus86.
Marcus
I posted-
80 at Marcus Marcus 86. The number's ED, so like 86. It's Marcus 86.
I'm there.
Yeah,
I
and
just
Johnny,
posted
what's
the KJ52 Deer Slim video.
and I want to get you. We'll get that out. If someone wants to do me a solid and post out Johnny. Johnny, what's your Twitter? Are you on Twitter?
It's at Yeti underscore slang, but it's a barren wasteland.
It's all good.
No one finds me
am I
interesting enough on
following?
Twitter. I can't. I'm like that weird kid who gets picked last in dodgeball.
I got you. No, you're
Interesting
not
enough.
though. You are though on Twitter. I see. But you joined in
'cause of
August
those
of 2020.
cornrows, dude.
Do you know how long it takes to get like?
Oh yeah.
It's
I'm
worse.
not worried about it. I just
All right.
have one in case
It's
for some reason, like they're like, you need a vaccination passport or a Twitter. I'll be like, I have a Twitter.
I have a
I can-
Twitter. Yeah,
I don't
right?
have a
The 50%
vaccination
there.
passport,
But-
but I do have a Twitter.
But give me
Swear
a
to God.
while, and I will. I'll be on the dark web with the like I'll find, like I'll have a passport soon.
Hey, there's
Like I got the vaccine though. I swear. Like, dude,
I have a-
why would I lie about that?
I actually have a genuine question. Not that this pertains to anything specific, but what stock are those passports on? The
I've been wondering the
records.
paper stock.
They've
paper
got to
stock.
be just like a normal like card stock.
We
or
don't want to
something.
give away too much of this. Actually,
what I'm
that's fine.
thinking.
I'm cool with talking about it, but like, we got like, I'm not worried about this, like, whatever, because we should have been gone a long time ago. But anyway,
Right.
but yeah, like, I'm curious. Like, I don't want to bust, give people ideas and then because yeah, whatever.
For sure.
Sorry. But we'll talk about that off air or in our Telegram group because it's awesome. So everybody,
Well, somebody should know.
somebody
Someone
should know. So
somewhere.
if anybody listening, later on the podcast or whatever on the audio version, please
Yeah.
feel free to email or.
Where
or
do
hit
I
us up.
acquire illegal hand grenades? Like,
Yeah,
let's make this. Let's make this
I'm also looking-
interesting.
Yeah, right.
It
I know
always
there's
ends with
legal hand grenades, but I need the illegal type.
Yeah,
legal type.
not into the legal.
There's
stuff.
it always ends with I know a guy.
I know a guy that knows
Yeah,
a
right.
guy.
So let's say what's up to some of the cats in the chat. Alan Marcus, what's up, man? James Maiden, what's up, buddy?
Man, what's up?
Jen, good to see you. Nachikita, what it do? I'm gonna scroll up. But yeah, you know who's up in here. What's up? What up, SB? And what up, Stella? What up,
Is Boo Cephas around tonight?
Ben? Greg is.
Greg had
We'll
a
say it.
baby.
Let's shout it out. Greg had a beautiful baby girl. Like what, 24, 48 hours ago, roughly.
Nice.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 24 pounds, 13 ounces. Well, yeah, woo.
I don't know much
Jesus.
about babies, but I do know that would be a large fucking baby.
That would be a beastly baby for sure, dude.
Just
Holy-
dropping anvils.
Straight up, dude.
Fucking
That's what we do. Dude, I
must
just
be
got
Irish.
I just got a notification that I have 3 gigs left and it's just dwindling by the moment. I'm like, what? So give me a second here while I delete something. I don't fucking know. But yeah. So let's also talk about a little bit of your artwork, because dude. For those that don't know, this badass
shoot.
MC is also a badass artist. Goes by the moniker of Digital Yeti, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
yeah, my art online is usually like Yeti. It's the same thing, at Yeti_slang.
Dude, so I'm gonna
Which
pull
is-
up. I'm just gonna pull up and share the screen for a second here, so some of the cats can see in the. Because this is dope stuff for those that don't know.
Thanks.
Dude, it's rad. You've got great work here. So I don't know. I'm gonna go through a couple of them, and if you're game, if you don't
That's
mind,
fantastic.
like, yeah, like,
Thanks.
dude, you're,
I had to dig mine out of the dishwasher, but look, that's
Yeah.
nice. Hell yeah,
The sticker
dude.
game. I'm in with the youth now. I'm
Hey,
atoning
man.
for having fucking cornrows.
the, the technology of these stickers, man. That just went through the dishwasher like
That's
been
pretty
through, like,
good.
15 times. It's really good.
I'm impressed, actually.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you want to tell us about so this is dope. What's up with this one? Okay, well, I guess
This is
we can
gonna
read.
be really sad to admit. But a lot of the times, dude, I just draw. Like
Okay.
I just don't really have a lot on my mind most of the time when I'm like, a lot of this newer stuff is like just doodles. Like I forced myself. Basically, I was just the biggest piece of shit procrastinator. So
Well, I love you. That's why I. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah, no. So I just made it a point. Like every day, I'm gonna draw for 2 hours, no matter what. And so like without really thinking about it, kind of like automatic writing or something.
Right.
And so a
That's
lot of
genius.
it just kind of happens. Yeah, like because it builds like I don't know. For one, it's muscle memory. I mean, I've drawn like pretty much every day of my life, but I've never made like time every day to like try to figure shit out and like get better at stuff. like even just painting and shit. I'm like learning techniques now, and I'm like, this is funny. I could have been doing this the last 20 years, and I'm like learning it now. But the cool thing about art is that it has a long shelf life. Like I can be a painter when I'm 80 and no one will think twice. But if I'm trying to fucking be on stage rapping when I'm like 70, I don't know if that's gonna work so well. It's already pretty fucking awkward. Like rapping about like hip pain and shit. Like I gotta take that fiber, motherfucking fiber laxative. Yeah.
Oh man.
Art is
So
like
yeah.
skydiving. Like it's never too late to pull your chute.
Right.
It's never too late to get started.
It's
Very
true.
true.
What was
true.
your push, Johnny? What was
What's
that
that?
thing what was your push? Like what made you
I
like,
really don't
dig
know.
in? Because you can see it, like you're posting every day and it's fantastic stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it was
scrolling
that
through some
book,
of it.
the War of Art. I don't know if you've ever heard of the War of Art, and it's basically just this dude talking about how we will fucking procrastinate with everything in life, all the time. We will always have a reason to do something tomorrow instead of today. And one of my buddies who I was doing music with, we started doing stage shows again like 4 years ago, and I was like, I don't know about this like sober stage show shit, like with like a bunch of 20-year-old like trap artists and stuff were like there, which it's like, it's cool, dude. Like I get it, you're making your music, but I'm like, I'm kind of feeling like you're not picking up what I'm putting down here and shit, and vice versa. So I was like really lazy, so he bought me that book, and I think his intention was like, okay, dude, like let's just make music no matter what. And then it ended up being more or less art for me. I'm like, I'll just work on art every day. And I mean, I still make music, but I'm way more comfortable sitting at home drawing than I am getting out on a Tuesday night and doing like a local live show with like bad knees and being old and fat and white.
But come on, like don't even sell yourself that short, because we ain't all that old. And I mean, like,
It's
dude,
true.
LP's our age, and he's up here like finally getting what.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm proud as hell. All y'all run the jewels, like that's like I don't care. Like that LP, I
was happy to
Company
see him
flow.
get that success and stuff, because he's a fucking brilliant producer. I kind of, and a lot of people disagree with me, I kind of think the Run the Jewels beat making is like a step down for him.
Down from
like,
yeah.
From what he was doing, his experimental like fucking broken jazz, like psychedelic fucking dystopian hip hop. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, I know the record. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I know what you're talking about. But like, Cancer for Cure was amazing. But I'm sorry, I'm still like Fantastic Damage all day, like Stepfather Factory, like
right.
Those were next level beats before any like, and also the concepts that he was spitting about was literally what's going on. Like it's beyond dystopian panopticon, you know, like what we're dealing with now. And also it's like it's beyond thinking man shit. Like it's literally like you gotta like what did he just what did he just make Akira? You know what I mean? Philip K. Dick, really obscure references on top. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, dude, with like some like Nietzsche something. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's beautifully done.
Yeah, he's dope, dude. Like I don't know if you ever listened to any of Big Just's shit after like Company Flow broke up. Because Big Just put out a couple albums that are fucking incredible, like conspiracy gold.
Because I was like more, so with like Def Jux, once like RJD2, those great records, right? I was lucky enough to see the colorful reunion at South by Southwest in 04, 03, 04. Yeah, with D2 instead of what's his name on Spinning, or
yeah,
DJ
instead of DJ Lynn.
Yeah, exactly. but yeah, and it was amazing, and the vibe was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so great, just to see them together and just going off. But okay, yeah. Other than that, though, I mean, like, go on about what's it called? I'm sorry. The what was it called? What Big Just? Who is that?
Oh yeah.
Why do I know? I can't remember.
He's the second dude from Company Flow.
Okay.
And then I don't know why they like split. I'm sure it was just creative differences because it seems like they're still friends and shit. But yeah, dude, like listen to Poor People's Day sometime. It's an amazing album. Like he's like talking about like Hieronymus Bosch paintings, like predicting 9/11 and shit. Like it's like some deep shit. Like I don't know. Big Just is fucking wild.
And we got to. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just like, I don't know where they both grew up, but whatever corner of New York that was, they were on some fucking heady shit. Like,
straight up.
Like punk rock too. Like
no doubt. And then
who is this? Big Justice? Is that what
Big Just?
Big Just, yeah. And LP and their group was Company Flow.
Co-Flow, that was like legendary.
It was like the weirdest, most rawest, like it's like the
grimy.
first Wu-Tang, but like if it was ran through like some sort of weird fucking science fiction blender,
ran through a dystopian ran through like an Orwellian, like a Brave New World. Like I don't want to be that dude saying Brave New World 1984, but literally like a
93, 95.
Yeah.
I think like Fun Crusher Plus came out in like 97,
95,
but
97. Yeah, Fun Crusher Plus.
But that was like that was like with the extra stuff, and but yeah, it was like 93, I think.
Yeah, so it's
first came
just just after Wu-Tang. It's right around the same time, but
right.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. It's just totally different shit. Like some people I know like hated it, like completely hated it, but I don't really.
I don't understand how
those are the same people that hate like Cool Keith and stuff. And I'm like, I think you just need like a very specific streamline like hip hop, like whether it be gangster or East Coast. It can't like cut between that. Like
yeah, like you're just it's thinking man's that's just what it is. And like the beat, yeah, that's it. And it's like that's the bottom line. It's like if you like Wu-Tang, you're gonna like that because I mean it's smart and it's and it's hip to it's anti-authority, like beyond questioning it, and it's also warning about it's just it's awesome. It's warning. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that fucking line, just that one line. And it wasn't even them, it was J Treads, but he said, I got more presence and attendance than a class of schizophrenics. So I was like, dude, I fucking love this entire album for all of time now.
For sure.
That was amazing.
But also the Def Jux stuff that he was putting out, which was LP's label. And he started pretty much by himself, didn't he? Yeah, he pretty much did.
Yeah, I think that might have been part of it too.
Yeah, because of the Raucus situation. Because of Raucus. Because what happened with Raucus.
Yeah, exactly.
So for those that don't know, Raucus, that was like Sound Bombing was the greatest. Eminem premiered pretty much on that, and that's what catapulted his shit. But that's the best mix. Sound Bombing 2, DJ Babu did it. Like Pharaoh Monch, Most Def, Talib Kweli when they were Black Star. I mean, and this is like 97, 96, 97. Yeah. Jurassic 5. I mean, this is like perfect, like peak, like Cali Agents, like, Planet Asia, all the good West Coast, all the good East Coast coming together. But Babu brought it all together brilliantly. I mean, like you can't.
Yeah, those Sound Bombing albums are fucking amazing.
But 2 though was nothing compares. Yeah.
And three had. I don't remember why.
Duck Season was better than.
Yeah. And then I think that's where I first heard R.A. the Rugged Man too. Was like Def.
Yeah.
But it was like number 3.
Where it was like we something, dude. I'll get the line where it's like roid raging. We flip your car over like or angry like roid something angry like something Long Island whatever. We'll flip your car over like Long Island steroid abusers because we're roid raging. Yeah. Something. That's where R.A. the Rugged Man made his like.
Which is crazy. That dude's been rapping since like
I saw him.
He was like friends with Biggie Smalls and shit, and like got Biggie Smalls in trouble with Puffy because Puffy was like, "No, dude, you can't have him rapping about fucking tearing up cunts and shit."
He was
like, I'm
awful
trying to make him
too.
like all like promotional and shit.
I gotta say one thing about RA. He's awesome and changed his life now, right?
Oh,
Obviously.
he was a gross fucking
horrible human being, dude. I saw him at like the same spot I saw RJD2 with Hanger 18 and like Hanger 18, which is another Def Jux, which was amazing, and the Weathermen Cats with D2, and it was so amazing. But so I saw it at that club, and I remember like, oh, Ari the Rugged Man's playing like at Anopa, awesome, which was like a brewing place.
Did he like stripped down to his skivvies and shit?
It was like 06, 07 time, so it was his grime time, the worst time. He was like 400 pounds. Like he
rapping in his fucking underwear, like
yes,
ripped his clothes off,
ripped his clothes off.
In his underwear,
so he did this across the country then apparently.
Like, dude,
yeah, and 7 people like. Okay, so there was like maybe 15 of us there, and we're like, where is everybody? It was really weird. And then all of a sudden, like, he was hollering at the girls we brought, like our friends. Like, it wasn't like we brought them as like these are our girls. They were just our friends, like whatever. So we're watching this show, and he's literally like hollering at my friend Erica, and I'm like call like, and then reaching for her like. And like get got to the point where I'm like, you guys, like we were almost gonna kick the shit out of him after the show type situation.
Like he's off,
we literally left. We literally left, and there was one person standing by the stage when we left. And I'm talking like this is a club that like, I've seen some pretty great shows. Questlove used to come there after Summerfest every year when he'd come to Summerfest and spin records all night, and the place would be packed and we'd dance all night. It was like it was great. That's maybe cool. 500 people, and it was a brewery as well.
Yeah.
So in River West, which is like that's my hood. That's my walking distance to everything, and it was awful. It was embarrassing. And then cool Keith comes around. It's sold out. Everybody's bouncing back, and whatever. And it's just like,
Barski, show some more Johnny Larson art.
Oh yeah, here we go. Well, it's right here on the screen. But this one, I wanted to ask you, Johnny. I know we're all over the place, everybody in the chat, but we're just vibing. Right. So whatever. So if you don't like it, leave. I love you guys though. No, for real. What is this about? Because I need this. Have you sold this yet?
I have prints of that actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
well,
I don't really know what that's about. That was just a late night sketchbook before I had digital, before I had the iPad and was drawing on digital. I filled up like 500 sketchbooks of just weird ideas, and I always wanted to return to that, and so I did. And I can't tell you there's any meaning other than I just like to mix it together.
I love it. I'm just like, your headspace.
I kind of find it more fun to ask people like, what does that mean to you?
That's what I'm saying. It's art. Yeah. To me, you want to know? Like, I don't. Yeah. I just get like, this is rad, surrealist, weird. Not surrealist. That's the wrong word. But I guess it's like the symmetry. Whatever. I love the fact that there's a pink flamingo and I see the tentacle coming out of the mouth and the cigarette, and it's perfect for me. Like, I'm already like, I know what I'm trading you for. What we talked about.
For sure, yeah.
So yeah, dude. I'm super in until and the tattooed hand, like with I'm picking out more like, it's physical art to me, and like drawing, like paintings, drawings, whatever mixed media, doesn't really matter to me. Like I'll find more shit out every day, all the time. That's just how it goes. Right. So, and that's the beauty of it. So I think like that's super rad, man. That's up there right now. And on the 100-pound matte finish. So I'm like, all my friends, like a lot of my friends are like painters.
That's my favorite. Dude.
Canvas.
That is my favorite one.
That's really rad.
I love it.
I have it somewhere, but I think it might be in my office.
So we're looking at a cowboy riding a pale horse. Is this inspired by anything specifically? Yes. Did it come from a dream, or where did this idea come from?
It was kind of just an homage to like the space cowboy. Like when you see the actual print or the whatever, like the horse is actually like a nebula kind of.
I was about to say.
And so I would think I was watching Firefly when I drew that. I'm pretty sure I was either rewatching Firefly or maybe it was The Mandalorian or some space western shit, and I was like, I like a lot of the western art, even though I think a lot of it's kind of campy and cheesy and weird.
Yeah, hokey,
but I was like, let me do my own like weird cowboy who's on a glowing horse in a space hole with
just like a Wild West style, Weird West fusion.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you said that, it reminded me of the Muse Knights of Sidonia video, which is fantastic. And I don't know, like I love Muse. So the newer stuff though, it's been like, come on, Matt Bellamy, you're like the greatest living guitar player now, pretty much. Like I don't know if anyone else seen him play guitar live, but like for real, he rivals Hendrix. I'm not even joking.
Shit.
Oh, I'm dead. Prince is the only one that I've ever seen better in my lifetime. And it's Bellamy is a close second. I'm not even joking. So, but fight me in the chat or later on or wherever on that one, and we can talk. But yeah, I that's rad. I'm into it. It's good stuff. Let's go to the next one. Thanks. Check that out. And like, are any of these on like? If that is dope, that is.
I was like, I got.
It's like that's like a
Yeti.
skeleton Yeti, Yeti.
And it's funny because his head was actually like an atomic bomb at first.
Oh, I see it.
You
I
see
it.
Like,
I see the yeah.
And then I think that's one that I actually
canvas.
When I'm at a loss, sometimes I just scribble and just make shapes, and then I like find shit out of the shapes. It's a pretty interesting exercise.
So for this piece, you started with the idea of an atomic bomb shape, and then you just kind of pulled from your subconscious and just kind of doodle around it to see what sort of combinations and permutations and fractals you can make with that.
Absolutely. Yep. I do that a lot with the
digital.
What's up? Oh no, you're good. Gordon, what were you saying?
Go ahead, Gordon.
I was going to do that. I was going to do that Alan thing where.
Oh, when we Alan.
So I thought for sure Alan. I thought for sure Alan was going to go.
So who's your favorite Christian artist?
DC talk. DC talk.
Who is your favorite Christian painter? Your favorite Christian painter?
Oh, that's so good.
Debbie
is his name
Tyndale?
Tyndale? Do you like those Tyndale art paintings with the special light in the cabin and the snowstorm?
Oh no!
Okay, that's
it's Thomas Kincaid.
Thank you,
Thomas Kincaid.
I'm more into precious moments, guys. Sorry, like I got my glass case right over there.
They're collectible. Do you have the precious moment figures that I don't have? Let's compare notes later. Make sure we get a complete collection.
Show me your pewter collection. Do you have Michael Ricker?
Oh, this is amazing.
Do you happen to have a collection of the ceramic Lilliput Lane houses?
Oh, Lilliputians, baby. Okay. And that's been a theme as of late too. We won't jump there too fast, but don't
start it.
Not yet. Don't
because it goes down.
It will rabbit hole very quickly.
Guys, I have a couple of rabbit holes.
Oh, here we go.
Down, I'm gonna say. I want to bring it back to Big Just for a moment. BIGG Just JUS. Now he has that company Flow thing with his trio. He goes on to goes on to form this collaboration with another artist, Orko Elohim, like an angel.
Yeah.
And then there's the Nephilim Modulation Systems. That's what they call themselves, the hip hop duo of Big Just and Orko Elohim. Nephilim Modulation Systems.
Seems like we're gonna have to peep that weaponry.
That shit is fucking wild. Too.
I need to peep
like that was like the Bush era. It was
like when Cannibal Ox was dropping. Like Vast Air's my dude. Like I love Vast Air so much.
So to put this in context, 2003 is 2 years after 2001, which is when POD released.
the 2-year anniversary of the POD, the ultimate POD. Yeah.
Shut up, Alan.
Payable and done.
We're trying to establish a timeline, and we don't have Steven here to help us.
Yeah, right.
Steven, where are you?
Sorensen, we need a chronological.
We need a chronology.
Yes.
Of hip hop.
Johnny.
Yes.
Jenny was asking, She said, do you ever wish you could wipe your memory for fresh eyes and mind and viewing a finished piece?
That's rad. It's a good question, Jen.
That would be pretty interesting. Yeah, that would be rad, actually. And that, I'm sorry I say rad so much. I live with Lindsay.
I do too. Don't feel bad. We all
like,
we got
I
this.
never said rad except for back in the 80s, and now I say it all the time. But
stop.
no, that would be really interesting because yeah, I don't know, like my shit looks normal to me. And I'm sure to other people they're like, yeah, there's something fucked up in your head. But to me, I'm like, no, that's totally what a chick that's a snail would look like, and that's probably somewhere in Portland. So yes, I would like, but I would be afraid of like ruining my brain and not being able to return to whatever hell this is that makes me.
Maybe we can ask the question in terms of, after you've created a piece of art, have you put it away, completely forgotten about it, later on discovered it, and then tried to remember, well, when did I make this? Why did I make this? And how did I make this?
Yep.
What's
I've done
that
that
like?
a lot. It's pretty interesting. It's really weird. It's because I do draw so much, and half the time I'm like really either tired as shit or like blazed, and stuff just falls in the cracks. And yeah, it's just weird. I'm like, wow, I drew that. And then I'm like, when did I draw this? And I can kind of get a bearing just based off the surrounding sketch pad or whatever, but it's kind of a trip. I'm like, how did I not even remember that at all? So,
yeah, it's like a weird
that
zone
was songs
flow,
too.
flow state.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like songs, and also I've had that doing this show, like for real. Like, what are some blah blah blahs? And I'm just like, I don't remember that. I just remember having a great conversation or whatever, but it's like I can't remember. I can only remember specific, you know what I mean? Like just a few moments here and there, or the overall vibe, because it's like, you know what I mean? Unless I'm like learning or trying to, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's weird.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing though. Like if you've done something and you've kind of put it in the back of your mind, if you like forgot about it, the experience itself, but there's a recording of it and you hear it back and you're like, wow, that doesn't suck.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Except that, yeah, I mean, I'm obviously way harder on myself. We all are, you know.
Yeah,
anybody that's an
right.
artist is going to be super, super critical.
Well, half the time we get shit. Well, like I was just telling my buddy today who I did a lot of those songs that are like on Rogueways, like outro with, and he was like, dude, it's just weird because we made all this shit and we like hated it at the time. Like we would love it the night we made it, then we would hate it, then we would shelf it. And then like 6 years later, you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why didn't we release that?
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome. Like,
should have pressed that. Like, damn it.
Right. Like, it's very strange.
Yeah, man. I'm going through that right now. Like, should we release this? Should we press? Like,
I'm learning what mastering is. I'm like, maybe I should master.
Dude, no, that's home dentistry. Are you getting like that's like if you? I mean,
hey,
home dentistry.
Barski, are you gonna tell Johnny about the M word? The M word that we don't talk about.
Oh, hold on.
Masturbation?
No, masturbation. No, not yet. We were gonna
so Johnny, as an artist, have you ever been accused of just indulging in your own desires and being too what Barski was saying? Have you been accused of that?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Like a self-gratification, like you're doing it for yourself and other people don't understand, and you're only receiving pleasure from this. Are you doing this for other people's pleasure, for your own self-pleasure, and how does that work?
It's totally like Andy Kaufman. I do it for me.
I do it,
because
it's not a selfish
there was a time when I like could paint certain shit for people, like portraits or stuff like that, and make the money, but it just wasn't fun at all. And it became a job. So then I was like, well, what's the point of even doing this shit? Like, how about I just do what I want to do, and if I'm lucky, people will want to buy it, and if I'm not, then I'll just have a shitload of weird gifts to give people when I'm like old and like weird and like, hey nephew, here's a snail lady for your birthday.
Sure.
But yeah, I do it for me mostly. And then
I'm looking at your
luckily,
comic
some
book
people like it.
covers. Your comic book cover illustrations. You've got one of like Wolverine and Swamp Thing here.
Right. Those are that was like kind of a weird push too, because I kind of hate doing that type of shit. Like people like draw a comic character for years. All my comic friends are like, draw comic characters, and I'm like, why would I just draw some shit that people have drawn like a million times really well? And then not to mention it's not even my original property. So I think there's like some sort of copyright fine line. But then I started doing my weird shit, and like I just do that on a whim. Like if I'm feeling it, I'll do it. But it's pretty fun to do. It's
Do
pretty
you
fun
have an
to
original character that you've created that's kind of become your brand or your icon or something?
Sadly, I can't say I have.
Is that a goal you even have? Is that
No,
something you
not
want to
really.
do?
I mean, it would be cool, but I feel like there's so much thinking around that I would just somehow create like some hybrid of Wolverine and Daredevil and Batman or something. Like I could not come up with something that original. I did actually. Me and my buddy we were gonna make a comic called Unicorn Man because we thought that shit was hilarious to just have some guy with like a leather jacket with like a fucking unicorn's head, like fighting crime.
Dude.
But then he wanted to go all Sin City with it, and I wanted it to be funny. And so I just gave him the property. I was like, dude, go ahead. I think he made one issue with his friend. But I was like, yeah, I don't want it to be like serious and heady. I want it to be like hilarious. Like he's why does he have a unicorn?
Why you gotta get all
like,
Frank Miller about it? Like,
yeah.
Calm down.
Which is my default. If I were to write comics and characters, I think there's still a huge part of me that would go Frank Miller, which is just inexcusable. Like I love the guy, but it's like, it's anymore.
Like we look at it like paying homage to at the same time. It's not like
true.
It's not. It's okay.
That was all my teen years. All I drew was violent shit. It's. I think that's just a natural, normal teenage thing. Like I don't know what to do with naked girls. I'll draw like people stabbing things. Like this is the best way to release my angst.
Right. I mean, it's better than going and like randomly finding like Nazi skins to kick the shit out of them. Didn't you tell part of the story like we used to do that too?
Find what?
Nazi skins and go kick the shit out of them just for fun?
You know, like there wasn't many in Aurora, but there was many stories of that from the punk.
That was Chris Knowles. That was Chris Knowles. Then I don't know why, but I thought I heard, but yeah, I remember you telling a story about something like that, but it must have triggered my memory of going, yeah, I used to do, or going to kick, like literally the nerve of that one guy with the arms that are literally like, you think Hogan has 24-inch pythons? This dude has 36-inch pythons. Like, but the swastikas are huge with hammers, and fuck that. He's walking on our block. Like, let's go. And like 25 of us, or not. I'm exaggerating. Sometimes it was 25 though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how hardcore kids were all straight edge, like whatever. Especially in the late 90s, mid 90s. But yeah, anyway.
Those kids were all sketchy, man.
Dude, they used to, and I was the skinny.
We were so sketchy dudes in the straight edge.
They sent me, and I was
the
smallest one. Not smallest, but like the skinniest one and the lankiest. So like I was the least intimidating. And they'd send me and like Barski, whatever. And I'd just getting between a bunch of drunk jocks, like, you know, like right around bar time, and just start like acting crazy, like start talking to myself like I'm a homeless just moron and just like whatever, and then start talking shit to them like, yeah, fuck you, like looking at them like they're running their mouths and like, what did this dude say? And then all of a sudden like I'd like turn and be all serious like, I said fuck you. Like all of a sudden I'm like, now I'm like super bipolar crazy fucking like, this dude's trying to get his ass kicked, and then all of a sudden like I'd get pushed, and then all of a sudden, like, everybody would just fly out of nowhere, just like, and just start jump, kick, punching, and then it's just brawl, and then it's just like blood, and I don't know, it's wild, and then we're escaping through the alley, and it's a good thing we lived like right around the corner, so nobody would ever. It's just like, let's go.
I love it.
Yeah, that was pretty frequent, which is kind of gross. Like in hindsight, like, oh, that was what we did for fun. But I mean,
that's like fucking, that's just teen boys, man. Like
yeah.
my mom was telling me stories. She lived in like a small town in Nebraska, and she was like, yeah, I guess all the boys, like, they'd get bored, and if they couldn't find something to do, they just go around and beat the shit out of each other. And I'm like, it's a time tested fucking teenage boy
it's
thing.
A dude thing.
Yeah. Yep.
But I feel like go ahead,
you have 4 things to do in Wyoming. And like, okay, as a teenager.
Wyoming, I'm in Wisconsin. Oh, were you in Wyoming or something?
Yeah, I lived in Wyoming.
Oh, okay. Like, my bad.
All through junior high, and then went to Montana and stuff. But
am I stupid?
Those small towns, man, there's only 4 things to do. Is either well, you can't get drugs because you're not smart enough to figure out who's selling them because you're too young. But you stealing your parents' liquor, fireworks, and fighting.
Right.
So that's what you do. You go fight each other.
Yeah, but were you fighting friends? I'm curious. Like, how did you like? Like,
where did you find people in Wyoming? Explain yourself.
Where were these people?
Out of the 4 people,
you sure they were your age?
This is a test of testosterone. Johnny, have you ever been accused of having too much testosterone in your artwork?
I have never. Actually, one of my old buddies who was like a pretty, I'll just say he was a gangster. He accuses me of making my art too effeminate. He's like, why you be drawing them gay ass?
Why you drawing that
hand poses?
Why you drawing that gay ass? Hey, that's gay as
like
AIDS.
It's aesthetics, dude. Like,
yeah,
it's
for
just
real.
Aesthetics. Like, I don't know. Like what do you think? I'm like, it's weird. So I've had the actual opposite happen where people are like, your stuff is too effeminate. And
I've seen some.
I think
there's some phalluses in there though.
Yeah, I think there's so much weird hidden shit in my stuff that I don't even know. Like, it's probably my subconscious just coming through.
Exactly.
Every drawing is actually secretly a dick. I work for Walt Disney. That was supposed to be a secret.
So there you go. Sorry. He's working on Disney stuff right now, actually. Literally. I'm not kidding.
Awesome. That's fucking
No, this
rad,
isn't Disney.
Oh.
But I have Disney stuff around.
There you go.
Oh, dope.
And he's got the tramp too. He's working on it, right?
I don't want to people like
up.
asking you crazy shit like, could you make me a Yosemite Sam for my yard? Come on, you could do that. You could do that in 12 seconds.
They have to pay for it, but
dude, I want.
Yeah, and then it has to be approved by a panel of Disney attorneys before we can actually make it. So
that makes sense. Yeah. So that's why we were talking about the comic art thing. I think it's really weird that all these people at conventions, like, they're like fan art. And I'm like, I'm just surprised that no one ever came crashing down on them. Like, just go to conventions and just shut all their tables down. Like, bitch, you don't work for us. Like, you can't draw Daredevil.
It just depends on how much money they're making for them to pop up on the radar.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So here's another question I got for you, Johnny. A lot of artists at like anime conventions or just fan conventions in general, they'll have fans approach them and say, you know, I love your art. And then they'll say, well, you're doing commissions. And then they'll ask, can you take this character and this other character and put them in a compromising situation, like a Rule 34 situation? Have you ever been asked that? Because there's a lot of artists who will make a lot of money selling specific fetish hentai style Rule 34 art. Have you encountered any of that?
I have not yet. No, you're absolutely right. And I have not actually encountered that because I've never actually done a convention and I don't have any fans. So I'm sure this could happen someday though. True. And I would probably do it if the money was right and I was horny enough.
There are artists with Patreon accounts, and that's their specialty.
Yeah, that's their You're not
people pay them.
I know.
Hey. So speaking of which, Lindsay was asking about the.
I was about to say
she wants to see Jim's goats.
I said that ain't possible.
I'm thinking that's for the Onlys fans.
Yeah,
right?
we could. Yeah, we Jim's got an Only. Well, the goats have an OnlyFans.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and a subscribe star and a Chatterbait account or Chatterbait account. So just hit him up. Hit him up. There's I think a Prolapse page as well. I'm not exactly.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
That was the joke. That was one of the jokes, man, from the show, like early on. But we'll leave that alone. Anyway, what? That's disgusting. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you
I wish I
prolapsed?
didn't. I wish
Are
I
you
didn't.
prolapsed in your faith? Tell us your testimony. What is your
man.
testimony tonight, and what is your confession?
We're gonna get my cousin
Tell
on
us about
for
your
you two to have an apologetics or
More
like
of an
just an
amateur
orgy.
lapse than a prolapse.
Yeah, there you go. Serious, straight up, amateur lapsed as fuck. But anyway, oh man, all right.
That sounds just like
That was late too. Like, there you go. That was damn it.
amateur. They're not even trying. It's just
It's like a crisis of faith. Have you ever stopped believing in yourself? and
No,
your
I'm gonna
artistic
hold on.
abilities,
I'm gonna
Johnny?
set up. I'm going to set up
I have.
with my cousin Matt Cody, who runs Alaska Bible College. I'm sorry for saying your last name, Matt. I'm gonna set you two up, and you guys can have an apologetics bacchanalia. How about that? And like, I won't take part in it. I'll MC or whatever y'all, or like ref it. But other than that, like, yeah, y'all can go at it.
An orgy of religious discourse,
Yes.
exegesis, and other
I
ideas.
I love that exegesis. Is a great word.
exegesis and other ideas.
Fantastic.
But we want to ask Johnny about his crisis of faith in his art, because he was talking about this book he read. What is this? The War of Art? Is that by Stephen
Look at
Pressfield?
Alan. Look
It
at
is.
Alan doing
It
research.
is.
Don't
It's
look
an
at
amazing
me.
book if you have
Wait.
artist block. Like, it is. It's very inspiring. It's just about how everybody's a fucking failure, and if you just keep trying, you might not be. I'm like, that's good advice. That reminds me of that weird priest that took me to that room. But
It's
we
like,
won't get into
like-
that.
shoot for the. It's
A
like
private art instruction?
aim your right. Aim your bottle rockets straight towards the ground. You know what I mean? Like straight, like whatever. I get them. It's like the American dream. I understand like that is a good way to be, like at least to keep in mind, right? But it's also like how awful the American dream is at times, right? Because it's like, really, you guys are out here selling this nonsense when it's literally, yeah, you can if you catch breaks and you know what I'm saying, like,
Right,
but
right.
Yeah.
quit with that bullshit, because no, you can't be anything you fucking want. Calm down, like, you know what I'm saying, like, stop saying that shit, like, you're just creating, false sense of everything. But
Right.
There's also keep that, and also keep a, just keep a piece of that, whatever, because like, but our, that goes with liberty and all kinds of other things. So
I've been thinking about that lately too. Like maybe it's just you keep going. Like the success comes when you just don't stop.
that's exactly.
I think that's true. Like, I even remember telling my boys back in the day, because none of us had business acumen at all. We would just record song after song and then sit on the couch and like wonder why no one's heard our music. And it's like, well, you should probably go do shows and shit, dude. Like, but I even told my buddies back then, I was like, no, if we just release this shit all the time, like just put out a new fucking tape every fucking 2 months, because we're making enough material, just bombard Denver, like just walk around, hand them out, sell them, whatever. Eventually it won't matter. That's what the Shapeshifters did. They're not that, they are awesome, but they like oversaturated. Like, they just put out an album like every 3 months, and you can't ignore that.
And collab with 2Max Cholo on Cinco. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just nonstop. I got funny stories about being in, like, dude, another sync. Like you said, Shapeshifters. I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm at Emo's, right, for a show with my best friend who had moved down there from New York City or whatever.
Right.
And the same dude who like carded Jenna Bush and called me for that story with the cocaine and all that. Anyway, yeah. So he was like, let's go to see my boys. Like, Bus Driver's playing. It's Bus Driver, you know him. And I was like, yeah, I know Bus. Whatever. It's Shapeshifters. I was like, I know 2Max. Like, let's go. OMD, you know, whatever. We go to emos, and all of a sudden, he's like, yo, I want you to meet my boy. This is Danny. And I was like, what's up, Danny? He's like, what's up, Barski? Blah, blah. And it's Cholo on Cinco. And I'm like, okay, this is what. And then all of a sudden, about halfway through the set, Shapeshifters are on stage, and they call, yo, we want Chris. So they basically, I didn't know Christian had an MC, whatever. And it's Christian going up on stage, spitting the craziest flows. Like, he had recorded tracks of them and didn't even tell me about it at all. And I'm just
That's
like,
wild.
what is going on right now? Like, what? And then, like, we're riding in his Grand Marquis afterward to, like, the hotel, the La Quinta, grab the biggest bag of weed, you know, and, like, then, like, all right, let's go to this house party with all of them dudes. And then the house party, like, it's way out in the hill country, and we're like, what the fuck? And then we get there, we finally find the house. It's me, bus driver, Christian, two mechs, and Cholo and Danny, Cholo and Cinco,
Right.
and in the big Grand Marquis. And so it's just a weird ass ride. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. And we get there, and we get in the house, and we're like, this is like suburbia, weird, like teenage white girls. Like, this party is gonna get popped in 3 seconds. Let's go. You know what I mean? One of those 4:30 in the morning anyway. Like, what are we even doing? And literally, we're all about to go, and the cops show up and whatever. I'm like, are you kidding me? And we have like probably like a pound of weed. He had a pound of weed on them, like, at least, you know, they're, you know, them cats. This is 03. This is like late 03. In Texas, you know, I mean, they threw Fiona Apple into Stripes for a little bit of hash and what, like 2012, right?
Right.
So I'm like, ugh. So all of a sudden we're all lined up against the wall, and it's bus driver and I are right next to each other, and I'm just like, I don't remember his fucking first name, but I looked at it and I'm like, well, this fun, and just like, whatever. He's like, we're just like, this is an awful decision. I knew it. And then we ended up getting out, and then we ended up connecting. We're like, wait a minute, didn't we eat shrooms together in Milwaukee after? Holy shit, that's right. And then we all put it, like, that's just my life. Like, that's just the weird shit that happens. But it's like Shapeshifters, I didn't know who they were even. Like, really, I knew about the crew, but it's sorry for the digression. Everybody knows that I do that. So, but it's just another sync. So I got to bring up the synchronicities. Super random. But yeah, they put out a bunch of records, and you were going on about, like, putting records out and being late. I know the feeling.
I just feel like that's like the key, like, with being creative anyway. Like, who gives a fuck if people like it? I mean, if you make it for you and you make like a large body of work, it's kind of cool because, for one, you're learning a skill. It's like therapy also. But then if people start liking your shit, then you have like a ton of product to offer. Like, and just a ton of material. Like, I'm sitting on fucking albums and albums of shit. So, like, if some kid like discovers me, like, you know, when you used to discover some old, back in the day, you discover like your personal favorite artist. You gotta have it all. Kid finds me, they can get all this like back catalog of the weirdest, drunkest shit. And but more or less for the art, that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm like, I just keep creating because I like it. I'm growing, and then I don't know if for some reason I sell an NFT or something. I could be the next people.
That was my next question. Was the NFT question?
I made an NFT. Actually, I made 3 of them just to do it because I was like, I don't want to miss out on this. But I submitted to a bunch of the more curated sites because I think I put them on OpenSea, which is just basically a giant fucking NFT garage sale. Like, no one can find your shit anyway.
It's like Facebook, fucking
I'm like, I'll just throw it up there and hope. It was like my Redbubble shit and all my shit back in the day. I'd just be like, I don't know, maybe like some person will just stumble across my shit. Like, it's very strange, the digital landscape. Like, even like Instagram and all that, I got in so late that all the algorithms are weird. Like, I have friends with like 40,000 followers that I literally did art shows with, and like they're like kind of well known and this and that, and like no one knows who I am, which is fine. I don't really give a shit, but it's just kind of funny that all it was a couple of years difference of not being on Instagram that like set us apart. It's fucking weird.
It is weird. I know exactly what you mean, because I have no idea why I still have 800 followers. Like, why? Like not
Yeah,
that
that's mine's been at like mine went to 800 like pretty fast, and then it just
then
stayed there.
same here
like,
because I stopped posting, and then it was like, oh, okay, well that's more than like a ton. Not that I care, like, oh, it's a dick measuring contest with followers or something, but it's literally like, well, why don't you have blah blah this, like this person should have, like, you know what I'm saying, like why do I have like double this person's when they're doing way more work, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Right. No, I and that's the other thing too, like I know that if I just get some titties surgically installed, if I show titties next to my art, automatically have like 10,000 more followers like in a day, because it seems to be.
Do you think
pretty right?
I don't know, man. My boy does nudes, like, but they're not new. They're shout
like
out
Frank
Davey,
Frazetta style.
Davey
fantasy
Noble.
art.
I'll actually show, like, because I'm proud of I love Davey's art. I'll show it, but y'all go on.
Not to interrupt, but how did Gordon split into two Gordons and then come back as
I know.
one? That's pretty.
I'm curious. Yeah, double Gordon power is
He's
right.
got power, and it looks like he's just stuck there. He's just frozen.
He's not.
He's
I
not,
got nothing
he's not
on mine.
connected.
He'll
He
be
is
the
the
right
real
back.
lawnmower man.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
He's Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah.
What up, player? What up, Robert? I mean. Gordon.
It's a max headroom action. That'd be fucking lit.
Is this the end of episode 32? Are we gonna have to return in episode 33 on a cliffhanger?
We should, but we're not over yet. Let's see. But do you have any Christian questions? No.
I have a lot of questions.
I know you, but yeah, but if
you were asking about a Christian rapper earlier.
No, don't.
Is that?
I'll shut up.
Is that Lecrae? Is that Andy Mineo? There's been some big acts since DC Talk and Toby McKeon and the Extreme Days of 2001.
Those were extreme days, you know. The
Johnny Bravado, I got a question for you. Could you help me with a commission? I want like a comic book cover and some new art of this great hero called Bible Man.
I can do it. I can do it.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to share all this yet, but hold on a second. Let me get Davey up and show some of his artwork, because it's really good. And you tell me what I don't know, because I don't know, like, oh, this is this kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not fluent in art
I
speak.
am not either, and I've studied a lot of classical shit in school, like high school. I had a art teacher that was a stickler for it, but I don't know. It's like music, like a lot of music classification. I'm like, I don't know if that's right, but I guess. I mean, he is rapping, but I guess he's a Christian rapper. That's going to be my default now. Almost I'm going to start making Christian rap now, actually. Alan has inspired me to kind of change course.
But I mean, I
wasn't selling my other records.
Well, if your music and your art doesn't have a message, then you find a message and you begin to speak to the youth of today.
There you go.
Youth of today.
Now that's a great revelation.
I've always described my art and music as Seinfeld. It's very Seinfeldy. There's no point, but there is a point.
That's not true.
Is your art nihilistic? Is it doom? Is it black pill art? Is it for the doomer generation?
I don't think it is. It is. Like it might be dark, but I don't know.
So
I'm not really selling myself, am I?
And that's why
like,
I love you.
I used to do that at gallery shows, man. Motherfuckers be like, I like this painting so much. I'd be like, yeah, but see, I fucked up on that hand. And I'd like start pointing out like all the flaws, and they're just like, huh. Weird.
You just lost $2,000 or whatever. Depends on how. Yeah, who's that? You know, like how much are they drinking? Veuve Clicquot? What are they drinking? This is Davey Noble's.
What does Stephen Pressfield say in The War of Art about selling yourself?
He basically says what I was saying, where if you're basically you got to carry yourself like you've got a fucking pair of brass balls.
Yep.
But even if it's not true to your own psyche, but he
Fake
was
it
just
till you
basically
make
saying
it.
have a big body of work and just never give up and always try every opportunity you get. And then if you're lucky, you're lucky, and if you're not, at least you're making cool art and you're a professional. It's pretty interesting. It's very simple reading because I can't read much. It's written for people with low attention span. It's just like passages of a Bible, basically.
It's like
Just open it up.
remedial. It's remedial as fuck, basically.
They read it like really slowly. No, I listened to the audiobook and they're like
Glacial pace.
"Oh,
On
Right.
the Stephen Pressfield website, there's a picture of Oprah, and she has her fist on her chin, and she's holding Stephen Pressfield's book upside down and looking at him like a jolly old fellow. Like, I'm really interested, Stephen Pressfield, in what you have to say.
Like he's John of God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I know that.
should
I
do
know
that,
that.
man.
I know those eyes all too well, dude. I know her eyes all too well when she's got that sexy
I'm
ass.
so interested in what you have to say, and I'm
Yeah,
interviewing
right. You are an inspiration to blank. But anyway, this is Davey Noble's art. This is like one of my brothers. This is what I mean by his nudes. Like this is,
that's sweet."
and he uses past. This is a huge piece. His prices got crazy because he let somebody price stuff for him.
Yeah,
And
should.
like,
Your prices should be high.
yeah, like
I don't know. I used to sell my shit for I used to sell paintings for like $60.
right.
And people would be like,
Are you
people would skip over it and like not want it. Then like my buddy was like, dude, just raise your shit. And I made it like actual art prices, and I sold like 2 things at the next gallery show. And I was like, maybe it just seemed desperate and sad.
So
And
peep this weaponry though. Like, okay, so these are, I mean, you can see the sizes. Like I was around while he was painting a lot of these in his spot, but I mean, like, we're the 36 by 36. But I mean, this is tiny. I remember like 500 for that, Davey. Like you would have given me that for like a couple of Valium, like a couple months ago,
Right,
or years ago, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever, or like a couple of cases of hams and like whatever, you know. But like these are great. The bottom, the blowing kisses A and B, those are 36 by 20. They're really big.
huge,
They're great. Yeah, they're fantastic. I love his pastel. Like I just love, I just love his work. I don't know. And
it's cool. Yeah, I like his style.
for my
It's very interesting.
for like as an anniversary gift when I was married, I bought I think the piece is actually up here, but he actually took a old school door. You remember the old like school wooden doors
Yep.
with the smoked glass?
Right.
And okay, and he did boots like that were shaped like a K, and my ex-wife's name was Crystal, and so the boots were zipped down, and they looked like a K, and then it just said red lovers, and it was in pink and red and basically like white, and then the frame was the door frame. It was huge. It was super rad. And then I could turn it around too, and it said rock, and then the boot was backwards. You know what I mean? Like reversed.
Right.
It's like his. I don't know. There's just something. His aesthetic is amazing to me personally. I love it. It's not just because he's my boy.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
He's like my brother too. Like this dude is literally like put it this way. He took my wedding photos in like at the courthouse type thing and was the witness, signed it, and then it turns out in 05 and then in 2016 I ended up randomly taking his, you know what I'm saying, at like in Milwaukee, like whatever, very very close ceremony with Kid Millions. I don't know if you know who that is. John Kester. He's been emceeing forever.
Okay. I don't. I may have heard him, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's old school like too. I think he's your age exactly. And then whatever. And then so it's just two of and I ended up signing being, so it came full circle, right? Like I witnessed that for his and all that, took his, so we got that kind of thing going. But anyway, like these are some other rad ones. $2,000. This is the one I've always wanted because he would have gallery nights in his factory. Like he had a huge factory that like
Nice.
it's huge. I think it's still in Milwaukee, but I don't know. They might have torn it down. But this is this black bottom right strongman or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know what to really make of it. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, what? Like,
it kind of reminds me of like the Midnight Marauders kind of.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
like it's cool, man. I
But
like
if-
his style.
and yeah, I do too. And that's his.
Say Matisse or
There you go.
Yes.
It's the Blue Ladies.
And he never. This is his only piece where he did any black and white. That's it. The only piece where there's like black in it, unless this like as you can see. And I own a couple of. I think I own only two more of his pieces. They're somewhere around here. But this one, the heart with the this right here.
Yeah.
That's his signature. So it's like a heart pentagram before anybody was. He's been doing that forever. I do love bottoms up here. That's pretty great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This shit is making me horny as fuck, bro.
Yo,
No, I'm
bro,
just playing. What if I was like,
Yo,
I don't care if a titty is drawn.
Tuck
dog.
your boner,
I go
tuck
crazy.
your boner up,
No, I'm
player. Chill out, dude. I can see it.
Johnny Bravado, do you have an accountability partner?
What is an accountability partner?
Well, we're a youth group here. We're just a bunch of cool teens having a pajama party, and we're talking on a Saturday night. Our parents have allowed us to spend time alone together in our pajama party. So we're asking who in the group would you like to ask to be your accountability partner? If there's like things you needed to talk about.
Are you available, Alan? Are you available to be my accountability partner?
Well, there was this other topic in chat. They were saying like commission is a dirty word. So are you open for commission or are you by appointment only, Johnny Bravado?
I am by appointment only. I'm gonna wait until I find the right client.
I love it. You're with the right people.
Yeah, there's just way too much disease out there.
And not of the sexual variety either. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's been a while, but
It's been a while since you've had an accountability.
Yeah, right.
You've been off the rails, my friend.
Yeah, right. I gotta call my sponsor.
You're out of fucking control.
Yeah, right. I better get to the Al-Anon Club.
People have been asking me to draw dirty pictures, and I don't want to, but I need the money.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to talk. You're gonna have to talk to JC about that one.
There's a market for that.
So the question then becomes:
just wear latex gloves, and you'll be safe.
Right. So at what point does your art
N95
become
mask, right?
pornographic? Has your art ever been accused of being pornographic? Has it been banned? Have people been embarrassed to display it in their church basement?
They have not. But I'll tell you why. I was reamed as a child, not by a priest, but by my mother. I was watching Clash of the Titans a lot as a kid. And I was obsessed with Medusa, like obsessed. And I would draw her all the time. So here I am, 4 years old, drawing Medusa with fucking titties, perfect titties. And my mom whooped my ass and like scared me out of drawing breasts forever. I had a high school art teacher that had to like force me to draw breasts. She was like, you have to draw like the nude female form. It's like something you're gonna have to do. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'll go to hell. Like they told me that I'll go to hell if I draw boobs. So I probably only drawn like 14 sets of boobs in the last 40 years. It was sad. My mom ruined me, but at least I turned out okay. I'm breathing.
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
Are you trying to catch up? Are you trying to catch up for lost time? Just
do a wall of titties.
Boobs, right.
Could you perhaps draw feminine breasts on a male body? Would that be different? Would that be acceptable? And have you drawn the Baphomet?
That Baphomet. I was about to say. Let's get that
I have.
Baphomet.
I have not. Yeah, I drew a Shiva once, but
all right.
Where's Jerk? Where's Brian?
Brain. It's a weekend. He can't do weekends. It's unfortunate because his mullet would work wonders right now.
Oh, his
I
flow.
want a mullet.
I think I'm gonna do it because I can pull it off pretty easily. I think.
Dude, do that skullet thing. Just shave right around there and just leave it.
Dude, do a cornrow
Make it all
mullet.
shiny, or one of those like the cornrow mullet, yeah, or do one of those Chinese monk things where they're like shaved here. You know,
Like,
so
what a
nobody
Hare
ever
Krishna?
did it except for the
Hare Krishnas or
the
108.
kung fu movies. You know,
all right.
That shit is tight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can. I'll Shaolin out. Like I'll.
Shaolin Masters. That's what it is.
dude. Like, just shave like the front half and
Yeah.
cornrow braid the back.
I
Cornrows.
challenge you.
Yeah.
I challenge you. Like I'll keep the Hong Kong voices too. It's like like Eagle style or like whatever. I don't know. Crouching fucking snake dick. I was thinking like tiger style, but I don't want to start.
Johnny,
I don't
hear
need
more.
anything.
I want to hear more about your Medusa fascination and how is that been represented in your art?
I have to bring my.
Yes. What is the psychology of your obsession with snakes?
Honestly,
Why,
it was
Johnny,
just
so many snakes.
it was all what was his name? Harryhausen?
Ray
Harryhausen, stop motion
Ray
animation.
anything Ray Harryhausen. I ate that shit up as a kid. Like I watched all of those movies, and that it wasn't necessarily a Medusa fascination. I think I did want to turn motherfuckers to stone though.
Can I?
Like,
I gotta show
I still want to do that.
my band that's on permanent hiatus right now. Flying Medusa is the name of it, literally. And I gotta show the artwork because it's amazing and I love it still because it's a Parisian cat. Shout out to Joe Rio. He did it all pro bono because we were just like what, and now he's like gone crazy, and I'm proud to be part of his like in his portfolio or our artwork. So check this, like, whatever. See if you like it. But anyway,
Johnny and I have talked about this a lot, though.
This is our
Ray Harryhausen thing.
This is our original. Like that's one of all hand drawn.
I hate that. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm just fucking with you.
And the band name was just super random because like I designed that stupid, like it's Perseus holding up like some ridiculous nonsense, but like where's
that's a
the
sweet,
great
that's
piece?
A dope band name. I come up with band
names
all
from?
the time.
Do you know what it came? Take a while.
Castlevania.
Yes, thank you. Level 2. We were talking about the worst enemies in video games and most annoying.
Like, I didn't know that I knew that, but like in my head.
Yep.
And that's a synchro because me and my boy were just watching the Castlevania cartoon yesterday.
There you go.
And I was like talking about like when are they gonna have flying Medusa heads in this fucking show, and they didn't yet.
Can we agree? Right here they are. They're right here in this show.
That's weird, man. My daughter and son-in-law were over. We were talking about Castlevania for some weird reason too. Like it was really random.
Here we go.
It's coming back, bro. We all need our fucking god whips.
Yep. Damn right. And we don't. But can we all agree that for Castlevania, okay, right? Like level 1. All right, let's whip these, whip the candelabras and get our hearts and walk up the stairs. And then the most obnoxious, like, really? You're going to, like, I walk up a set of stairs and you guys are just going to, flying Medusa heads are just going to come at me like that crazy. They're the most obnoxious, difficult boss. They're not even bosses, but they're like,
right.
Hey, you guys are really going to come at me this hard and I just walked up some stairs. Like, I can't even, like warm up a little bit here or something. Like, really? This is the audacity of Konami.
Has anybody done a study on the occult of Castlevania?
We could do a deep dive on that for sure. That would be a good idea.
Publish a book on it. I've seen some videos. People have gone into like the bestiaria of all the beasts and the monsters and Castlevania.
Because I mean, they're all based on like whatever. Let's see. Do I have? Okay, where is the good artwork? I want to show you the best, my favorite piece though, and then I'll shut this off because I don't give a shit and I'm not even gonna play the music. Come on, load. Well, that's another one that he did. Where's the good one? This is my favorite. Like that's hand drawn with pen, And he was like, what do you think of this? I was like, dude, this is like because it was like, like more, not stoner, but you know what I mean? Like in that vein.
Right.
Of like just, and this is 2013.
Kind of reminds me of Sandman, like.
Yeah.
Art
I was thinking the same thing.
Sandman?
I'm a dick too, because I totally forgot that you that looks like Morpheus.
Yeah,
that's rad.
It does look like Morpheus. That's rad.
This is the same cat. This same cat, Jorio, designed all these for us pro bono. I'm just like, what? I was like, are you serious, dude? He does all the Freak Valley stuff, like the festival artwork. He does like he's the European posters for the like big fests and stuff like that. I can't believe he blew up big time. I felt like we just hit it off. I felt super blessed to have him. I can't believe we have 1.1K. Like we played literally three total shows. 3.
No shit. That's rad.
So I
That's more than some of my bands I've been in.
I played the internet.
Yeah,
too.
I can't imagine like doing hip hop isn't really like the hardest part about doing hip hop is like with a live show is like all the homies showing up. Like I can't imagine all the practice that goes. I mean, there's a lot of practice if you want to do a good stage show because rap, let's be honest, most hip hop stage shows are pretty fucking boring unless you're really into the group or something. But
I'm trying to
the shit that bands need to do, like all the practicing, all the like having the timing down, everything.
Yeah.
I'm always like amazed at bands that last longer than a year. Because it's tough to have a rap group that lasts longer than a year because someone at some point is going to turn into a fucking Madonna or a Control Freak. And then you're like, oh dude, I just wanted to like make music.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
No,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a weird. Sorry, Gordon. Do you want to go ahead?
No, it's okay.
I was gonna say it's a weird because you can comment on it too. It's a weird thing. I think like with being in it, like playing since literally, I was in bands consistently from 14 to and playing shows. Like if I remember at 14, that was like a first time I'm fronting a band. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right.
But anyway, like
this should not be happening.
Yeah, I remember.
I should not be allowed to do this.
Yeah. I remember thinking that because we were playing the underground, and I remember like Sepultura had like so many famous punk band in Kenosha, and it was like a famous club, and it was like we were the last show ever, one of the last bands to ever play that club before it got shut down. Guard played, like it was like some weird random Slayer had played there. It was super weird. Like what? It was like a legendary club, and we and I remember like looking out and seeing like older people, like not older people, like older dude. He's probably what 20, like fucking like dance, like you know what I mean, like dancing, like not moshing, but like I'm just like, what is going on? Like this is okay. Like I can't write.
That's a kick though, man. Stupid lyrics. This is a serious kick though.
Yeah, and then like yep, and then working it up, and then I don't know. It's just
when people are enjoying your music though, that
felt great the first time to see that. I was like, oh, they actually like
when you're a kid.
Okay. Yeah, and I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But then like I was like, okay, then it just got wild. It just got wild really quick. Cause like once we released something, they knew all the lyrics or the hook or then they're grabbing the mic out of my hands, and I'm just like, okay. So, but I was crazy. I was that kid when we first like got serious and we realized we were like good. Like I just like would put my head down and like start pacing because like here we go because I don't play any other instrument now. I'm just like screaming metalcore, but like more of like a at the gates higher pitched Velociraptor kind of thing. So like I'm just literally like getting geeked, and I know y'all know what I'm like just like pacing like and feedback has come louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. Yeah. Well, no, I'm just walking back and forth like a weirdo, like just circle, and I know everybody pretty much in the crowd, you know what I mean, like whatever. Mm-hmm. And then it's just like, and we're on the floor, we put our gear on the floor if there was a stage, so it was like, nope, we're right here, screw you guys. And I remember like right as the first song would start, I'm like, I would just literally like charge as fast and as hard as I possibly could into everybody. Yeah. And then I don't know, like something just made me like I just did that. Because and then I remember like a tough skin, like you know what I mean, like former skinhead, like started like after I had done that at the first show like that, I remember he like tried to throw a punch but missed as I kept going, and I didn't even know, I didn't see it. And then I turned around and all of my straight edge friends were punching the dude in the face, and I'm like, what is going on in here? You know what I mean? Because they all had my back, because that's the reason they booked the show. You know, like, that ain't going down here. You ain't gonna fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Type thing. I'm like, oh, this is great, but this is awful, but this is great. And yeah, that's how I started shows. And then it was just like, you see that? Like, then it became like, go see Castahead. They're insane, because like, I'm like, what? But yeah, I couldn't help it. It was like, it was a build up to where I had to like pace and get crazy and like just.
Does it feel like a psychosis? Like
oh yeah,
something you couldn't control?
Oh yeah, not possessed, but it was a pure. Because I mean, like,
compulsion?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It was I can't. There's nothing I've ever felt like it since, so I really can't, because it's like literally like the tones of feedback, but in key, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like, and it just. Louder, build. No drums, nothing. It's just like, hey, we're Castahead from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then it's just like, okay, and then some cymbals, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden it's just go, and it's like fast, punch you in the face, and then all of a sudden it's quarter time breakdown, and there's windmills and kids going batshit. So it was that's just how it was. I don't know. It was just weird. But then they're grabbing the mic out of your hands and screaming as loud as they ripping the mic away from me to sing the lyrics. That there's nothing like that. Like, that's the greatest feeling. But like, yeah, it's just weird. It's weird to try to compare those feelings. Go ahead.
So, how old were you when you like got on stage?
Me?
Yeah.
18. It was in Illinois. That's actually how I got my moniker. So this was what, 98? So like Eminem didn't exist in people's brains yet. And it was this little town in Illinois I was living in. And this cat
what town? You gotta say
it was
town,
Bloomington Normal. It was a college town.
Yeah, Champaign. Yeah, Champaign. Yeah. Yep.
So this dude wanted me, they were having like a rap content, and this dude like that I knew was like talking me into it. He's like, you should do it. And I was like, I don't know. I only like rap with my boys around. This seems fucking crazy. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll go. And so I went, and all the people there were like, no, dude, like a white boy ain't gonna fucking rap. This is ridiculous. Like, nah, like, fuck this dude. Like, he ain't getting on or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's cool. So I went and put on like a fucking mask that I had, this stupid like Grim Reaper hood that like covered my face. And it was like pretty cold. So I had that on, and I had some gloves on, and I went back and I was just like, I'm the unknown. And they're like, cool. And so I like rapped, I did my little freestyle or whatever. And I was probably pretty shitty back then. I don't remember. I think that was when I was like all super like horrorcore, like 666 Mafia type shit. And I remember I like rapped and people were all into it. And then I just took my fucking mask off and looked at the dude that wouldn't let me up and was like, yeah, whatever. I'm like the unknown.
That's right.
Bitch. Like, it was pretty funny. Because it's like a small college town, but it was weird. It was like self-segregated kind of like the black cats didn't hang out with the white dudes. And like, so then I started going to like black frat parties and shit, because they were like, this dude's cool. And I'd go like rap with them and stuff. But that was the first time. And then I honestly did not do another stage show until I was like, almost like 27, 28. We were actually really stupid. We never did stage shows. We just recorded all the time, hung out, and got fucked up, and then just like bitched and moaned about no one ever hearing our music without like realizing we should probably go perform. And then once we started performing regularly, it was pretty fucking addictive. I mean, as you guys know, you guys are musicians.
Did you post any of your music to MySpace or Pure Volume or any of those early on?
I did. I had it on MySpace. That's how I met some people.
So no one can accuse you of being a SoundCloud rapper because you were before SoundCloud.
Thank you. Yeah, that is like the weirdest thing. Because dude, like, that's like such a fucked up slight. If someone's like, oh, you're a SoundCloud rapper, it's like, oh, I'm gonna unscrew your head and shove it up your ass. But yeah. So I'm a MySpace rapper. If we're gonna be fucking technical, or what was that? There was a streaming service before all of that. I forget what it was called. I think I still have music.
It was Napster was and Friendster.
No, it wasn't.
MySpace.
It wasn't that cool. It was like a hosting site. But I did do that at one point. I torrented like my entire catalog of music. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put this shit up on Pirate Bay. And like apparently in Greece, they like love my shit. Cause I remember like coming back to that torrent years later, and it had like 1,000 downloads and all these like Greek and fucking Polish people like, this is amazing. Like, and of course I was like, well, I'm like drunk now, so I'm not gonna record anything. But although I recorded a lot when I was drunk, I did no art at all when I was a drunk, but I recorded a lot of shit when I was drunk. But then I shelved it, and some of it's on Rogue Ways. But
did you ever go back to it and like not remember you did it?
Oh yeah. There's some song like there's some. Yeah. I make a lot of comedy songs that I think I do them that night, like in a weird stupor, and then just like shelved them. And like I have one song on SoundCloud called Rap Until I Jack Off, which I don't even know what it's supposed to mean, but it like I basically figured out how to auto tune, and that was the hook I came up with, and it makes no sense. It's on SoundCloud right now. You could literally search just Rap Until I Jack Off.
I think we might have to close. We're gonna have to close. We'll close the show out with it. Actually, I'm pulling it up now. Actually, we're doing that. That's amazing. All right, so SoundCloud. Is it under? Are you all hearing clipping or something too?
Yeah.
Or no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's me farting. I'm sorry.
That's me, or that's you.
I'm telling, because you can't really search the unknown on SoundCloud, but if you open SoundCloud, there's only one song called Rap Until I Jack Off. Believe it or not, that was not a very popular.
Until like a SoundCloud rapper covers it and gives you the full credit.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
All right, so what is it again? Rap Until I Jack Off. What is it again?
Yeah, Rap Until I Jack Off.
Right.
It's awful.
So Gordon has a daughter on TikTok. Could she use this music to create an epic meme? LOL.
Only if she has like
amazing,
fish, and she's just throwing them at the camera the whole time.
Fish like PH.
Yeah, the band.
Thank
like
God,
if she's picking up and throwing the band fish.
Thank God, I
camera.
wish someone needs to.
That would be amazing,
dude. That would be amazing.
Great.
Get me out of here. Like, ugh. All right, so here, well, I found it, and
okay,
it's so bad.
We're gonna wrap soon.
And so everybody knows the second person on the song is my friend Federal, and he has a different skin tone, so he says a word that I'm not supposed to say several times, and it's not me. Well, I always like to tell people, because I'll send people music, and they're like, "Did you?
Why are you
say
getting
that
offended?
word
Who cares,
a lot?" And I'm
dude?
like, "No,
Get
I didn't
over
say
it.
that word."
You have Polish fans.
Say like, dude.
You have fans in Greece. They love you and your love for Medusa
I'm gonna move
and
there.
Greek mythology.
Yeah, that's
representing that.
Way to tie it together. That's what it was.
Do you have any Polish mythology?
Wait a minute, that might be why all
the Witcher mythology.
I don't. Sadly,
you need some Polish mythology in your lyrics.
I'm gonna have to look that up and make a Polish mythology rap.
You don't. Yeah, you just tap my brain. Like, yeah, I got you, bro. So yeah, we're gonna wrap not with an R soon here in a second.
I didn't even know there was a Polish mythology.
I
never even thought about it.
But there probably is. Who knows?
There's gotta be.
Oh,
unless
I'll post the link right now.
The Polish video game company CD Projekt Red has released 3 computer role-playing games of The Witcher based off of a novel from a real guy.
Oh, that's okay.
A real guy who wrote a real novel.
So it's basically the same kind of mythology as like.
Well, they have monsters and.
Yeah.
Witchers and.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap here because we've gone we've gone for a good while here. We've gone we've gone longer than we plan on going. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna have you back, Johnny. Well, that
sounds great.
This is yeah. We'll have some deep. We wanted to keep it light for this Saturday night just because it's been a hectic week with like heavy topics. I guess if we can keep this under 5 minutes, Alan, I think you know where I'm going. Do you want to? I'm in the car.
I wanted to say before we pop out that it was really great to meet you, Johnny.
Likewise. It's
a pleasure to be for being on.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It was fun.
You out, Jim?
Oh, I'm just in the car. I've been on mute.
All right, so
I'm driving. So
Jim has to turn his camera off because we're gonna hear some rap songs that he's gonna have to.
In a second, because we need to discuss. Well, really quick, I'm saying if you can keep it literally, I'm gonna set a timer for 5 minutes, literally, Alan, for the unveiling of what's it called? Of what is it again? I don't even remember the name. I just I need to study it. Or should we not even go there? Should we No. How about we just teased it? No, no, we're gonna play the song. It's not the song. We're not talking about the song. We're talking about the unveiling of the. What is it again? You know the name of it, don't you, off the top of your head, Alan?
Right. We were on Twitter and looking at this statue in Rockefeller Square.
Yeah, it's in Rockefeller
And there's
Square.
a video of this art piece called Oracle. And they pull off the covering to reveal it, and people had some reactions to that. I don't know if Johnny saw this picture. Maybe Johnny can give us his reaction to this image.
I'm getting it right now.
Isn't it's an unveiling?
It's an unveiling.
Isn't there another word for an unveiling, like
apocalypse? Yeah, or, apocalypse, revelation. Yep.
Revelation.
Yep. Okay, so we got this here. Did I send? I'm curious. I'm wondering how the quickest way for me to find it. Okay, just hang tight. Everybody loves dead air.
On Twitter, on my Twitter feed, I was retweeting it, and on your Twitter feed, record high.
All right. I don't want to take forever. It's already taking forever. Damn it. Okay, what's the name of the? Yeah, come on, folks. How about that? Okay. But where is it, and what's the name of it?
This piece of art.
Because this is
by Sanford. Biggers. Sanford Biggers Oracle is now on view at Rockefeller Center in New York City.
Here we go. All right, I'm going to
put it in the chat.
We have an artist with us tonight who's going to tell us his first impressions.
Okay, so here we go. So I'll just now I'm viewing Rockefeller Center in New York City.
That's a picture. You'll have to go because there's a video where they pulled the
That's some wild shit.
Where's the is there a video on here? Yeah, okay, here we go.
Yeah, there it is. Go full screen.
Okay, 25-foot tall statue unveiled in New York City, Rockefeller Center, honor African culture and Smithsonian. Go figure. Giant killing, hiding pieces of trash.
Right.
So yeah, as you can see.
Wow, looks like a Easter Island head.
It does.
Yeah, it's got the
Moai.
Moai, yeah. Or Moai.
Moai.
That's
okay.
it.
Moai money, Moai problems.
You know it.
Damn straight.
Oh.
So we see a child.
Moai Cyclops. Wait, no eye Cyclops. What? Okay, all right.
We see a child.
Chimera,
we presume this is a child.
It's a chimera.
Young man who's sitting on a throne, holding a torch.
Which is right by the Prometheus, right across from.
It looks like an embryo.
It's very Prometheus.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's just a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here.
Reminds me of
Smithsonian.
the Watchers in
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
Marvel,
yeah.
like those big-headed fucking.
Uatu the Watcher,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
or MODOK, the guy in the wheelchair.
It does look like
the giant
MODOK
head.
too, but the Watchers
Totally.
are way cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Watchers are way cooler,
Like that giant head with arms is freaky.
right?
Is
They're
there
like, oh, you
a
got Dr.
video
Octopus with a small body.
walking around to see what it looks like in a 360? Because this is a physical 3D object. It's in copper.
We're gonna do a deep dive on
Are
it.
people able to
Don't
walk
worry.
around it?
Yeah. Yep.
We're
Look
teasing
at
this
the
now.
middle passage. Look at all these things that are highlighted. I mean, like we're gonna go crazy. It's on because look. I mean, we got a middle
That's
passage.
crazy.
There's all these key. This is like
This is our homework assignment for the
This
next
is middle
week.
finger
look at
to
this.
all of us on top of it too. So whatever, we'll figure out. Wait. Oh, I thought I read Guy's band and I was like Fugazi.
It's another giant statue going up, and people are not understanding what the meaning of this thing is.
Plaza entrance in the
When did this happen?
just the other day, just yesterday or something. An iconic Art Deco. Okay. Well, we know that 1930s relief of fearsome Zeus that adorns. Yeah, and an overburdened Atlas. Okay, we're gonna wrap though. So yeah, guys, this is what we're gonna
Okay.
get into. What do you?
Good
What's your
tease.
take? So we got a bit of your takeaway, Johnny. Sorry about that.
Oh, I'm just looking at it aesthetically right now. I like how it looks, but
I do too.
I can't even figure out
Stripped out.
what the occult, because they always, anything they put up, there's some sort of occult symbolism
Right.
or
Absolutely.
meaning, and it's probably just like it's Cuomo's way of like letting everyone know he killed all those people. It's like-
Right? It's a middle finger
Here's a
to
statue.
all the
He's like-
families and everybody that like
Right.
yep. I got my
I kind
nipples.
of think it's a baby black cube.
I see.
There you
I
go.
was thinking that too because when you see the
Embryonic
profile,
black cube.
and when you see the profile too, yeah, it's really.
I just drew a black cube of Saturn. Anyway, sorry.
I'm into it.
it.
I'm into it.
Hey, hey, hey.
Here goes this. This is rap until I jack off. This is
Crenshaw.
here we go.
This is Crenshaw Raymond.
We gonna sign off after this, y'all.
This is the
Crenshaw
worst
Raymond.
display of like.
Hey, Tony
here's
the
my
Gandalf, homie.
music.
We're gonna sell so
Hand Tony
many.
the Gandalf, homie. Hand Tony the
I gotta let my
Gandalf,
dog
homie. Hand him the Gandalf, homie, and a lighter. We ain't fucking around. This that Bellside sound. We walking up and down the block in your fucking town, throwing M's, bitch. I'll hit you when you're nagging. You're thinking that you don't gives a fuck. We blood walking. That's how the fuck we do when we smoking. Saw this dude on the corner, he was loking. We was like, fuck it, homie, you from Oakland. You ain't knowing where you at. I gave the dude that. He gave me a bean pie and a Farrakhan towel. I was like, that shit is hella dope, let's get high. We got inside the fucking Jeep and we ride. About to call TC for some water. And then I'm gonna get some motherfucking heroin too and put it in my arm, motherfuckers, all of you. Let's get some motherfucking ecstasy and see if that girl on the corner will have sex with T. Just to break up his marriage, cause we don't give a fuck. We roll around in a carriage. This is Colorado, I wear a horse. They like what's going on and we into some sports. We love sports. We watching without pants on. Fuck what you be doing, tell your cats that I will jam on. I keep fucking rapping till I jack off. Fuck what you be doing when you grab the mic, you slack off. About to nut in your fucking face, you losers. I'm rapping till I jack off. Skinny jeans hurt right now. I'm rapping till I jack off. Cause that's the new way of life. Till I jack skinny jeans and nothing in your eyes.
Okay.
Wearing motherfucking skinny jeans. Hey, Jenny, I'll get you back though, girl. He's gonna get you when back. I make this triple million. We don't give a fuck and we'll not platinum we rap until we jack off. Nigga. We rap until we jack off. Quadrupling. We rap until we jack off. Do it. Get it. Hit it. Yep. I ain't tripping. Get it. Bet. I'ma get a couple bitches wearing skinny jeans, fishes. I fish, yes, I fish. That's right, borrowed jeans from a bitch. That ain't shit, pay her back with some sense. That's why I wash them off and rinse. Yes, they say I'm an old dude. These new niggas now, they be on some shit like tofu. Tofu? Yeah, nigga, tofu. They ain't no dude. Nah, nigga, no rules. Skinny jeans, borrowed them from Jenny's house. Wearing a motherfucking pink slip and a blouse. Yup, did it. Had fun with it. Gon' get in it. Then gon' finish like football. Yep, yo, check it when I roll. Check it when I go, cause I could get it any time, nigga. Cause I'm wearing jeans that's skinny all the time, go. Nigga, rhyme slow. Nigga,
so
I could rip it like some frog toe.
I don't remember
Frog
what
toe,
rapper
frog
he was
flow,
making
frog
fun
roll.
of, but
Frog fish,
highly
nigga
probable.
got flows.
It's a diss for
Yeah,
sure.
that's what they really like all the time. And I'm gonna keep rhyming like this all the time. I said it again, nigga, all the fucking time. I'ma fucking get it, I'ma hit it in a rhyme.
It's heavy.
Yes, fuck a dime.
Heavy hitting.
I'ma get some riches.
That's a
Wearing
heavy.
bitches. Skinny jeans, borrowed them from Jenny's jeans. That's how it is, cause I'm skinny and lean. Skinny and lean. Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers don't know about that new age skinny jean. Skinny's hurt. Skinny's worse. Skinny skirt. Skinny what? Skinny
Cool
since
Keith
birth.
worthy, dude. I'm sorry.
Mother Earth, that's what I came in. About to get these riches, plenty bitches. About to hen hog, hen dog. About the skinny rhyme. I got turquoise on, nigga, turquoise on, rhyme.
Yeah.
Turquoise on, nigga. You got your turquoise on?
Yo, this is solid gold right here. This is hits.
Oh my God, I love this.
This is nothing but hits, dude.
Nothing but hits.
My God. This is solid gold right here. Straight up. We like football. We like sports.
What the fuck? Like, what were we even talking about? But that's why it's amazing.
Oh my God.
Oh man, this is amazing. I have tears.
Oh my God, Johnny,
Tears of
thank
joy.
you so much
Absolutely.
for letting us do that.
Seriously.
That is the
Thank you
best.
I
for
feel like
putting
I
this
should
up.
apologize. I don't think I should
No.
take any thanks. I think I should apologize.
Don't
to
ever
everyone.
apologize for this.
Oh my God.
This is solid. This is solid fucking gold right here. Listen to that. Listen to that. Aw. Listen to that. Oh. Hey. The saw. Hey. Hit them waveforms, player. Yo.
You gotta hit the waveforms.
Yo. Tweak them mods. Hey. Modulate that up. Okay. Oh, we don't know. We don't know who that is.
Uh-oh.
Not Big
And
Brother.
if it was Big Brother,
434.
if it was Big Brother 414, I might be like, okay, but because
That's the
whatever.
434th Big Brother of someone. That dude.
Yeah, right.
Old. That dude dropped some fucking heat.
That was amazing for real.
They're like,
You thought that was hot, did you?
brother.
Have you heard Big
Oh,
Brother
fuck.
433?
No,
Nah,
right,
you ain't
nah.
heard shit yet.
Sure.
Meanwhile, 432
Yeah, I heard
is like the
434.
retarded clone from
Yeah.
Singularity or whatever, that multiplicity.
Right?
He's like, jeez.
So 432 is like he's too Schumann resonanced out, right? Like,
Now I'm like
Released
scared.
today.
Big Brother 434 is gonna show up at my house like I heard you was talking shit about my music on the
We're just talking
internet.
shit about my hurts.
White boy making songs about jacking off and shit. Thinks he's better than me.
440 just came to my house and said you was talking shit about my... Sorry, I had to. Oh man.
Sorry, Big
all
Brother
right.
434. You're probably
Yeah,
the right person.
you're dope. Let's see how many views. Yeah, hey, 207,000. What up?
God, it's
you
that
know
rap
Bishop
battles.
Briggs?
I hate those epic rap battles of history. Those
Yeah, those are dumb.
drive me.
Those are dumb.
Yeah.
So hey, go back to 431.
Rewriting
right?
history.
Like, Why don't you get minor on the 4-3-2 for real? Go back to 4-3-1. Be flat about it. I'm just gonna keep making shitty fucking music joke or scale jokes. Okay, can we use that, Johnny, for like
Dude, you can.
future? Because I'm gonna load it onto one of my beat pads here, and I need it queued up. Because like I got Quasimodo on here, like slowed down. So I mean, I don't ever do that. So that so the algorithms can't find it. What is? Okay, that artwork's even amazing. What's behind whatever?
That's actually just Inky Belial.
That was what?
Okay. French comic book artist. Yeah, if you've never heard of him, I just.
So Enki Belial, like Belial.
Yeah,
oh, sweet.
Bilal. He's dope.
So like Satan and like Enki combined.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm into it. Yeah, let's wrap it. Not with an R, with a W. And
yeah, it's getting past the old man's bedtime.
For real, and this is.
I've had a solid boner since that erotic art. So
dude, I can't stand up on. I can't stand up on camera. I mean, like I got pants tent. Dude, I got a pants yurt.
I gotta crouch out of here, guys.
Yeah, right. Get to the bathroom, Mom.
I love my William Wallace face, though. Can I say freedom real quick?
When you stand up in church, make sure to hold your Bible at waist level so nobody knows what thoughts you've had.
For real, because they're filthy.
Let's put a pretty bow on this and wrap it up.
Carnal.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, you dirty
So
birdies.
that's a wrap, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We were kind of
seriously,
on time.
Johnny. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
That
Really
was fun.
appreciate it.
This was a blast. Give
We
where
need the
everybody can find you, real quick, because that's something.
Yeah. JohnnyLarson.com, the most original name of all time, and then at Yeti_slang is like my Instagram handle. That's probably the best place to see art. I put up new stuff 5 times a week. So
yeah, this dude is steady putting up gold every day.
Every day.
Appreciate it.
Every day.
Hey, he stay high. I mean, fly and everything and high probably, but in a good way or not. Stay high on your art, high on your jerk or jacking off, not jerking off.
That's who you're right.
It's all good. Stay high on that Zen.
Nailed it.
You got it.
Nailed it again. You got it.
To the cross. I'm hoping.
Alan, come on, Alan.
Yeah, come on, Alan. INRI. I'm nailed right in. What's up?
If I fall asleep first, guys, and I wake up, I don't want to see any funny business drawn on my body with any Sharpies or any permanent markers.
We won't.
No graffiti on my body, please.
Yeah, we won't violate your temple. We won't violate your temples. Don't worry, brother. Temple.
I have some choir tour hijinks stories with whipped cream and like putting your. Right? That sounds so terrible.
Yeah, what is this? What is this? American Pie?
This is where you just cut it off and save it.
Yeah, straight up, dude. Is this American? That's like American Wedding, dude. Like that's American Wedding level, dude. You better calm down. I'm glad you caught yourself. I love it.
Oh my god,
all right, here we go. Let's cue the music.
It's so stupid.
Gonna be some. I mean, kids have not shot each other in a year. Like, they're ready to go. Kids are ready to shoot each other. Their teachers, administrators, they're ready to go on like day one. That kid came in and just started firing wildly on day one. I mean, I think the teachers should start shooting the kids when they go back.
I tend to agree. Good night, everybody. It's been a beautiful Saturday. We'll see you guys in a couple days.
Later, man.
I love ya.
Love you guys.
We're gonna let it
rip.
They built a hammock. The spider didn't build.
Everybody just left me like that. That was weird.
The spider didn't build a web.
They don't normally do that.
It built a hammock.
Everybody just left me. Jordan and
I'm here. Can you hear me?
we're still live. Yeah, I can hear you. We're letting it go. All
Can you
right.
still hear me?
Yeah, I'm going.
We're live?
Yeah, still on YouTube. Bye, YouTube. We love you. I love you. You know I love you. You know Jim loves you, even though
Bye,
you can't
YouTube.
see him.
We love you. We live in your mind.
See? Yeah. Now you can hear him. Say it again. Say that again.
We love you.
We
and
love
we
you.
live in your minds until next week. We love you. Good night. Bye.
We
Good
love
night,
you.
Jim. Good night, David.
Good night,
Good night,
fellas.
Johnny. Good night,
Good
Steven.
night, Alan Marcus.
Good night, chat. We love you guys, seriously. I can't see you guys right now, but you know I'm gonna be hollering.
Good night, Stella Moon.
And
Good night,
come
Stella.
come over to the Telegram.
Good night, Jenny.
Come
Good
over
night,
the
Nachiketa.
come over
Oh,
to the
yeah.
Telegram.
Come to the Telegram. What's
T-
the Telegram?
T.me/ what is it? WS. It's T.me/ WSW, or I think it's T.me/ Weaving
Read
Spiders.
the show notes. We'll have it in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll have it in the show notes. I'm terrible at it though, so I don't
Weaving
know.
Spiders, welcome.
Yeah, just
This
search
is the name
that.
of the
Whatever,
channel.
dude. We got a channel going, and everybody it's all loving there. You know, Chance from Interverse. We got the dude. We got the ultimate. We got the
WSW chat.
WSWW chat. There it is. Yep. And we got. Dude, it's too much fun. F every other social media platform because it's
Good
this is where
night,
it's at.
Ben. Good night, Jen. Good night, Lindsay. Good night, Cordy. Good night, Chance. Good night, SB. Good night, Marty.
Marty's here. Marty Leeds.
He's probably sleeping already.
Yeah. Okay. Well, everybody, we love you, and we live inside your minds, and we'll see you in a couple days. All right? Because we got great shit coming up. You have no idea. Some of you guys know, but we got a lot of goodness coming. All right.